Previously on Roll for Distraction, The Devil You Know. We met the party, a group of college sophomores taking a class called History 282, Modern Myths and Folklore, at Wharton State University in New Jersey. Alex H. is playing as Izzy Ravenscroft, the expert. Brian is playing as Alfonso Mac Mackenzie, the mundane. Katie is playing as Atara Whitaker, the spooky. Gerard is playing as Jasper McGillicuddy, the flake. And John is playing as Oliver Hask, the wronged. They attended class on the morning of Tuesday, October 13th, 2015, and listened to Professor Gordon's lecture about the Jersey Devil. They learned about the true history of the Leeds family and their disagreements with Benjamin Franklin and the Quakers, as well as the folktale of Jane Leeds' 13th child and the beast it became. After that, they had lunch together and briefly discussed Oliver's tragic backstory and how he believes something monstrous took his childhood friend in the area. On their way out of the student center, they noticed a group of students moving toward the parking lot. There, they found the campus police department keeping people out, while a body was loaded into an ambulance. Oliver manipulated an officer into getting him a closer look, and Atara used telepathy to poke around the minds of the paramedics. Together, they learned that the bloodied corpse of a man in his late 30s or early 40s had been found on the edge of the woods, apparently mauled. The unfortunate thought that the dead man might be their professor crossed their minds, and they agreed to meet again after their next round of classes to check out the spot where the body was found. While they couldn't find any blood or tracks, they did find some large claw marks on a tree and a leaf with some odd mucus. A pattern of broken branches that looked like some kind of large flying creature smashed through the canopy filled them with a sense of unease, and they went home for the night.
Flamingos should be classified as a cryptid.
Why?
Go ahead. Present your evidence to the class.
I want a 20-page thesis, please.
They can freeze solid overnight and thaw in the morning and be okay. They can drink boiling water, and they can...
I can also drink boiling water.
Yeah, but they can process it.
Once.
They're not really affected by their environment in any meaningful way.
They turn pink based off of what they eat. I think they're affected by their environment.
That's
that is one way.
But it doesn't make them less survivable.
Anyway, everybody, hello. Welcome to episode 2
Flamingo
of season 4 of Roll for Distraction. The Devil You Know Monster of the Week. You see the title card. Great. We're back. It's episode 2.
Huh? Episode 2?
More like episode poo, am I right?
We're gonna go see Mr. Devil.
Yeah, a couple quick orders of business at the top here. When this comes out, it's 3 days till Christmas, so happy holidays, everyone.
Yeah.
Merry
Happy
Crimbo.
holidays. Have a wonderful day.
Wow, time sure flies when you're
doing a podcast.
Stuff, I guess.
Happy New Year. Good job not dying for another rotation of the world.
Let us know what your resolutions are.
Yeah, put your resolutions in the comments. One of them should be to listen to more Roll for Distraction.
No one sticks to resolutions.
I'm gonna listen to more podcasts.
That are.
I'm gonna give so much money in super chats on their live stream.
And for you who's watching this in June of 2027, how's your June doing?
Thing number 2. Something a mechanic of this game that I forgot to mention to you guys last time, since there was a lot.
You fool.
There is a system that you guys have on your character sheet where you have luck.
Oh.
The way luck works in this game is if you fail a roll or are about to take damage, you can spend a luck to pass the roll, automatically get a 12, or not take the damage. And when you do that, you mark a checkbox there in your luck thing.
Okay.
You can do that whenever you want. It's up to you. But when you run out of luck, you run out of luck.
Oh.
Period.
Yeah, it says doomed.
When you max out your luck, or run out, however you want to think about it, you gotta tell me, and then bad shit starts happening to you.
Although, if you are the mundane like me, and after you've leveled up you can get improvements, one of my improvements is to get back one used luck point.
Yes, yeah. Some of the class abilities interact with the system. Just be aware of what you have.
All right.
Yeah, that's...
Well,
I have that
good
as an
for you.
advanced improvement, is to get back one luck point.
Yeah, I think for the mundane, he can just do it, but for other classes, you have to level up several times before you could do it. So Brian can be a little bit more cavalier with his luck than you guys, but otherwise. Anyway, speaking of experience and leveling up, we forgot to do that at the end of last session. Basically, the way this works is at the end of every session, there's a list of 4 questions. If the answer is yes to 1 or 2 of them, you get 1 experience. For 3 or 4, you get 2 experience. So the questions are, did you conclude the current mystery? No.
No.
Did you save someone from certain to death or worse?
No.
No.
No, that's the opposite. Someone's
Did you
dead.
learn something new and important about the world?
Yes.
Nah.
Vaguely?
Yeah.
We had a whole class.
We found spit.
We had a whole class on the Jersey Devil. We learned a lot about the Jersey Devil.
That is fair. Does that count?
Well, otherwise you did experience every day in college, so no.
That's fair.
Well, that is true.
I did have a teacher in high school tell me that if you learn something that day, you won't die that day. I don't think that's a true fact, but she did tell us that, like, if you learn something, you're not going to die.
You're telling me if I open every day reading a random Wikipedia page, I'm functionally immortal?
Yeah.
According to my teacher from high
Yes.
school, yes. And she was a smart lady, but she sneezed weird.
It's a side
Yes.
effect of reading
The
too much.
4th question is, did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? And John did trauma dump on you, so yes. Everybody marks 1 experience.
Cool.
Nice.
Huzzah!
All right, so who's trauma dumping
Thanks,
this
John,
episode?
for trauma
so that
dumping.
We,
Let's not use that to abuse the system. Let's let it come up naturally, but yes, that's the thing.
So do we check off an experience
Yes.
box? That's the only thing?
Yeah. 1 box. It is now the next day. It is Wednesday, October 14th, 2015. My dudes.
The next day.
You guys, after discovering that, like, maybe there's actually a monster haunting the Pine Barrens, and maybe it killed your professor, agreed to meet up again the next morning to discuss next steps. You came up with a short to-do list at the end of the last session. You want to visit one of the science labs. One of you who has a science-related major will have access to that, to inspect the sample of goo that you found.
Goo.
You wanted to potentially return to the woods during daylight, see if you can find anything else there. You wanted to attempt to check on Professor Gordon some way or another, and you wanted to maybe talk to or investigate the campus police, see if they know anything else.
Yes.
So we can do that in any order. You may not all be present for every one of these scenes, depending, but depending on like where you decide to go. But let's you guys have the to-do list there in the Discord chat. You guys can tell me what you think you want to do first. You guys can vote on it.
I think we should go check on Professor G
We
first.
could also have sent an email the previous night. We forgot that was an option.
Emails do exist. We can say that you attempt an email.
Yeah, but did he answer?
So we'll say Oliver sent it because John brought it up. So yeah, you send. What do you say in your email?
Hi, are you dead?
No, I'll just ask about extra information regarding our local myths and legends from the day of. Like, are there any other cryptids local to the area that are lesser known? I'm really interested in learning more about that. Do you have any reading material you recommend?
Does the Jersey Devil have buddies?
A very
P.S.
innocuous
Are you dead?
thing that if he responds to, I know he's alive.
So you send that email, and immediately you got a ping back with just like a generic automated away message, where the professor says that he will be away. It sounds like his writing. He says that he's going to be away on a family-related business until the coming Monday.
We had class on
Great.
Tuesday and today's Wednesday,
Yeah.
and we normally have class twice
That's
a week.
the days of the week.
Once a
No,
week.
I'll say it's a once-a-week class, or it's like half online or something.
Or it's a night class, but not a night class. It's long enough that it's like a 3-hour lecture that only happens once a week.
I had classes like that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a few of those.
Or if you're
college that I went to.
there's occasionally the 5-hour night class.
Oh, I had that
Ew.
too. Art
Yeah, I
class.
had like a
Great time.
2.5 hour.
Yeah, in like film and TV, we had some weird ones that were odd. Anyway, let us know in the comments. What was your weirdest hours college class? What was your most
4
inconvenient
hours
college
and 30
class?
minutes, 5:30 to
Do
10
it.
p.m.
Ew.
I had that. It was my art class.
Weird, you guys went to different schools, so that's weird.
You disgust me.
Y'all didn't even get dinner.
Anywho, so yes, you come back in the morning and Oliver tells you all that he sent that email and that's what he got. So continue now with deciding what you want to do. Say it's early in the morning. It's like 8 a.m. No classes have started. You're all just kind of hanging out outside before you decide what to do.
I go back to sleep.
No, you are outside.
I
would like to
smack
return
him
to the
awake
woods.
so he doesn't fall asleep.
Who wants to come to the woods with me? I want to check out the woods.
I'm hearing 1 for woods.
I also vote woods.
I also
Yes.
let's get the woods out of the way.
I would say go to the woods now, so if we find more stuff, we can test it all at once.
Yeah.
Okay.
good idea.
So, you guys walk over to the parking lot together before any of you have any classes. You can all do this together. And go towards that sort of same back corner where the ambulance was the day prior. And now there is, like on 2 of the trees, there's a bit of caution tape across them. And there is a cop car parked there, and there's an officer just sitting in the front seat, presumably keeping an eye on the woods and such.
Now, is this a cop, or is this like a campus cop?
It's campus police, but it's an official, like,
Okay.
Okay.
police
so,
department, you know.
Sure. The Jen. Okay.
Hey, we just had security. If our security had a problem, they called the cops, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, it depends on the school, but yeah, you guys do have an
Cop
actual campus PD.
Okay.
Tara, can you do that weird thing again?
You don't really know what she did. She just spouted knowledge.
Well, we
I
know
do-
she got it somehow. I don't know how, so it's just the weird thing she does.
You gotta be more specific. I do a lot of weird things.
Well, how'd you get that info yesterday?
I just know things.
Well, can you know something about this?
Again, for the record, Gerard knows that you are lying.
You're
The
not lying.
cop is playing Candy Crush in the car.
I can also know things.
That's
Can
great.
you?
Anyway,
That's great.
I
What is
have
your way?
this move called Oops. If you want to stumble across something important, tell the keeper. You will find something important and useful, although not necessarily related to your immediate problems.
Why didn't you use that last time?
I love
'Cause
that for you.
I just noticed it.
Okay.
Okay.
I just realized I had it this session.
All right, no roll there, no roll there. Let me just look at my notes to see if I can think of something useful to give you. Okay, this works. I was gonna do this later, but we can do this now. While they're standing there talking about maybe being weird or whatever, you look at your phone and you see. You guys remember Twitter? You see the following tweet.
Oh, you mean X?
No, I don't, Brian, because it's 2015.
What the fuck is Twitter?
The fuck is X?
Wait.
This episode comes out in a couple of weeks. Who knows if it even exists?
That is sad.
It really could collapse at any point.
At any point, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brian. You can read that tweet. You find this tweet.
All right, guys, I found a tweet from the WSU Campus Police Department. It says, "We regret to report that a body was discovered in the woods near the west edge of parking lot 2 yesterday, 10:13, at approximately 12:10 p.m. There is an ongoing investigation into the matter, and we will release more information when we are able." And then as a follow-up, as always, we advise students to travel in groups and avoid the woods, especially after sundown. If you believe you have information that will aid investigators, you can call the non-emergency line at 609-555-1101 or visit our office. So what's going to happen if I actually call that phone number?
Nothing.
Yeah, I was about to
I
ask.
was gonna say, Alex, you should have done
What does that phone number lead
You
to?
should have done the 8675309.
It's a 555 number. No, there are no real
Yeah.
555 numbers.
I'm calling
That's
it.
just-
This is common showbiz knowledge. When you want a
Yes.
fake phone number, you put 555 in the second block of
I
digits.
think Brian actually just called
Yeah, it
it.
just says that, can't be completed. Check the number.
Yes, the 555
Beautiful.
code is designated by like the FCC or whoever controls that as no real numbers.
Film and television numbers.
Yeah,
Good to know.
fun fact for you.
I didn't know that.
Alex, how'd you make that?
I googled fake tweet creator,
Magic.
and then I photoshopped a PD logo.
Document
That's
forgery.
cool.
Good skill. Good skill.
Everybody clap for Alex. Good job.
I mean, okay.
Beautiful.
Anyway, do you think if we did find something, they would accept it? Like if we took them the leaf afterwards, or are they gonna yell at us for
We
being
give
in the
them
woods?
the spit.
Little column A, little column B.
I think manipulating evidence of a crime is also a crime.
Maybe, but we're not withholding it.
No, that's not a maybe. That's not
What
a,
it-
that's
It is. It is.
tampering with evidence for a crime.
You don't think
is a
you
crime.
know.
There's no maybe. That's something I actually know, not think yeah. That is-
Disturbing an active crime scene for a murder investigation, also not great.
Also, yeah, crime. That's
It does
crime.
occur to you it's a bit odd that they left it unguarded for a little bit there, but
Yeah.
But that would mean that they probably learned something from the body and came back to look for more.
and then now
Yeah.
they are guarding it. Yeah, a bit odd.
I mean,
that
before
that
they were
sequence of events
probably
occurred,
like,
but-
it's cut and dry, a bear mauled this man. And then they looked at the body and went, that's no bear.
That's a
That
thought
is-
that crosses your mind.
Some
is
absolutely
just
wild
Cane Bear.
coroner went, I know these marks, that ain't no bear.
I seen these. I only seen these marks one time.
11
before.
times.
I
in
lost
fact.
my left arm.
Yeah, and then he has a hook for some reason. It's
Somewhere
like,
in 1937.
It's just the
1937.
one.
How old is this coroner?
He's a very old coroner. He's been doing it for a long
95.
time.
It's just the one guard cop man, right?
Yeah. There's an officer sitting in his car, sitting in his cop
Cool.
car alone.
Can I-
Not super paying attention, but he's there
Can I try to use my telepathy to
On
manipulate
him?
someone?
to manipulate someone. Interesting.
Yep, I can.
You would have to like actually talk into his head to do that. Is how that works.
Yeah, I just want to try to plant the idea because it does say no one will expect the weirdness of your mental communication, so he's not going to find it weird.
Well, not finding it weird, not expecting it are two different things, but
That is fair, but I want to see if I can just try to give him the idea of it's time to go home, or just it's time to leave.
you want to try to incept him.
Yeah.
I love it.
Classic Leonardo DiCaprio move.
Um,
Inception.
If that's not something I can do with
you're
that,
stretching
then-
it, so you'll need a 12. You still get maybe something possibly slightly beneficial on a 7 to 9, but you're stretching it. So, but go ahead and roll.
I rolled a 9.
Okay, so you see him stand up and like get out of the car and stand up and look around. There are other students in the parking lot. It's early in the morning. People are showing up, so there's no eyes on you in particular. And he's just kind of like swiveling his head around, like, who the fuck said that? You know, like.
The fuck?
Yeah, I think given the nature of the request and he's just not going to really do much about that. He's just going to kind of sit, after a few moments, sit back down, look all flustered.
He's gonna scratch his chin and furrow his brow and be like,
You're too far away to hear him, but he mumbles something into his like little shoulder radio thing,
Okay.
and sits back down in his car.
I have another idea that I would like to try, but if someone else has an idea, they could go instead. But I have a dumb idea.
What?
I mean, you might as well propose it to the class.
I'm here for the
I
dumb
wanna hear
idea,
it.
Katie.
My dumb idea would tell them everything about me, so I don't know if I should be saying it out loud to them in character.
I'm getting a phone call. Hold on 1 second.
We're calling about your car's extended warranty.
Oh, it's that 555 number. While we're waiting for John, I have a less cool thing. I want to hear what Katie's thing is. I guess we'll wait for John for that. But I also have, just to put this out there, I have Don't Worry, I'll Check It Out. Whenever I go off by myself to check out somewhere or something scary, I mark an experience.
Well,
Is the situation that we're in? That's not scary, right? It's daytime. We're by the tree with.
no, there's no clear and present danger. You know that what would likely happen would be you would get up, walk over there, the cop would be like, "Hey, don't go in the woods. It's dangerous. Get out of there." And he would just yell at you.
Ah,
you know.
exactly. The woods are dangerous, scary.
Well, that's not new. They're always dangerous and scary because bears exist.
Well, then perfect. So I go off into the woods. And experience.
And he dies immediately. The end. How do you die in this game?
You get eaten.
If you notice on a character sheet where it says harm underneath luck, you check off those when you take damage, and
Instead of
Eventually
okay
you
to
die.
doomed, it's okay to dying.
One phone call later. All right, John exists.
Yes.
John, how's your car's warranty?
All right. Anyway, Katie, your silly idea.
So this is so dumb. I can hex people, and along with the normal effects, the target can contract a disease. I want to give him IBS.
Ooh!
Hold on, is this to the
You're gonna
group
give
or
this
to
motherfucker
Alex?
That's gonna be
Dysentery.
out of canon. Out of canon? Like that's not. This is Katie saying it. This
Yeah,
isn't
no, I
a
know
tip.
you're not saying that to the group.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I would love to, to give this guy.
Give
IBS.
this man
Hang on, let me
bad tummy
see.
troubles.
Is that a disease?
I think
don't
IBS is a
think
condition,
it's
but you can
disease.
inflict
You can-
dysentery.
But diarrhea is like
Yeah.
Salmonella.
permanent IBS. I think maybe a little
Yeah.
bit much.
Give him
You're
food
not
poisoning.
permanent.
Yeah, give him food poisoning. That'll go away.
You ate bad cheese.
I cast
IBS.
command shit. Here's the thing: is the use magic action. You roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you get anything essentially less than a 10, there's a good chance of a glitch on it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And
Then you will shit.
well, there's that, or it may just
But
be
those-
loud and obvious,
that-
or whatever,
The
right?
list of glitches doesn't look the worst.
I was gonna say I'm looking at him too. It's not that bad.
The magic draws immediate unwelcome attention.
He shits himself and now everyone's looking at him. That's still funny.
I know that's not what I mean. I mean like you might have sparkles coming out of your fingers.
Oh.
You know.
Okay,
Put my
Elsa.
hands in my pockets.
and and it has a
Yeah.
problematic side effect is also there.
He shits too fast.
No, not for them, for you.
For
You
us.
also
Oh.
shit. That's quite a spell. Whatever happens to me happens to them.
Again, you have already
just start
poked around
shitting
these
on the
woods,
ground.
so giving up is also an option here.
No.
Is. So what do we think of as a group? Any other better ideas?
Brian,
You're not
what
going to
was your
suggest that
idea?
out loud at this point in your character
No.
relationship.
I could go use
Yeah.
my okay, we might want to cut this part out. I could go use my upper class white person powers to talk to the police and distract them.
I have a move on my sheet that's called white privilege.
The audacity of a straight white man.
My
no.
character's probably
I
straight.
mean-
Yeah.
Alright, well, if no one has a serious suggestion, why don't we try one of our other to-do list items?
Yeah. We'll
Okay,
come
we can
back to this.
Yeah, perhaps
Alright.
at another time it will be unguarded, but for now, at least it's sort of cut off.
Wait, have we not tried just going up to them? Have we not tried just going up to them and asking them like what's going on?
They're not gonna tell us. I mean, we
Well,
can
like, with a
try, but
bit
they
of
ain't gonna
charm.
tell us shit.
I got +2
I mean,
charm.
someone's got some good. Yeah, you can
Okay.
try.
Yeah, try. I have -1. I don't know.
All right, Mr. Mundane,
All right,
go
Brian.
talk up the police.
All right, Mac.
Mac walks up to the door of the cop car and gives a little wave.
3-star water level.
It would be 2-star.
The,
It would be a 2-star one. They would be alerted to it. They
The
would start
officer
shooting.
rolls his window down, and looks up at you and says, "Everything all right, son?"
I say hi. Yeah, So we saw a little bit of what happened yesterday, and we're just concerned about one of our professors. We haven't been able to get in touch with him since before all of this happened. And we're just a little concerned. I know you're, under oath and you can't really talk about it too much, but we're hoping we could, get some,
Information.
we're
Intel.
hoping to get some closure as to whether or not it had anything to do with our professor. Was it a professor at the school that was taken away yesterday?
Okay, well, go ahead and roll manipulate someone then, now that you've said what you're going to say.
10.
So, again, like I said, you've asked, you've probably asked too much here because police officer. But he says, well, I'm not really at liberty to share anything right now. Not a detective myself. They just have me keeping an eye on the place. Which of your professors is it that you're worried about?
Professor Gordon. I don't know his first name. What's
Gordon.
his first name?
All right,
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Not that it matters, but
Ooh, Professor Gordon. Ooh, he's dead.
Oh, he gone.
Imagine.
We found most of them.
I don't know. Does this look like his thumb to you, son?
he says, "All right, well, I can,
Professor Gordon's been dead for 2 years.
I can radio in and see if one of my pals can go check on him if you think he might be in some trouble. Like I said, I can't say more than that right now, though.
I appreciate you looking into this for us, though.
All right, stay safe out there. All right, get to class. Don't be late.
You as well.
We don't
Take
have
care.
class.
You as
I got
well?
Stay safe out there.
Enjoy your food.
You as well, get
Thanks,
to
you too.
He said stay safe out there.
He did say stay.
He did.
Stay.
Stay safe out there.
Extra credit.
Stay.
All right,
Extra credit.
so that has occurred. All right, so what's next on the to-do list?
We gotta go to science lab.
Back to sleep. Good night.
Wake up. We got.
Wake up!
So we'll say not everyone can be in on this scene because you have to like have a specific reason to be in on the lab. So who has a science-related major?
Pre-med.
I'm animal sciences.
Hell yeah.
Okay, and pre-med, John?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll say those two count. And they're both biology related, so that works. So yeah, we'll say while the other three go to class perhaps or whatever, you guys go to the lab building, the science building.
We go to science hall.
Yeah, the science hall, whatever you call it. And go to a lab room not currently being used. Tell me how you want to go about your analysis.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because it's a fun word.
I
I
nailed
guess
it.
Yeah,
we'll
let's-
start with the simple, put it on a microscope slide and see what we can see.
What do you see with your special eyes?
What do I see with my times 200 magnification eye?
It's not really a good like science roll, but I guess investigate a mystery would be applicable here. If whichever one of you two is sharper wants to roll
My
investigate a
sharp
mystery.
is -1.
I have 2.
That'll do.
That'll do.
That'll
Alright.
do.
You're a science major with a -1 sharp?
12.
Okay.
Science.
We accidentally sequenced
Science?
the DNA.
We know exactly what this is now. Is it goat? Is it dragon? What is it?
Yes.
So you
Both.
scrape some of it off onto like a little petri dish type thing, or a like a microscope slide. Put it in, light it up, and look into it. It's definitely dirty. It's got some general microbes in it that you would expect having scraped it off of a leaf in a forest.
And then there's one with a pitchfork. Weird.
There's a pentagram over there. But nothing immediately jumps out at you, so why don't you tell me your investigative mystery questions within reason, because
Alright.
and you got a 12, so you can technically ask me anything, but again, you're looking at a microscope, so
What color is my underwear?
What sort of creature is this?
okay. You're looking around and you notice some cells that aren't like amoebas and paramecium and whatever, right?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this guy. He knows 2 microscopic organisms.
Yeah, like
Whoa.
that is not strep throat. That is something else.
That is not streptococcus.
Yeah. They're sort of long and thin.
No chloroplast, so it's definitely animal.
Yeah, it's not a plant cell. They're in like long thin groups. They look almost like maybe like muscle cells or something. And they are every now and then they like twitch a little bit, like they're still alive. But you're having trouble identifying like any kind of cell structure in them. There's little bits and things. You're not really looking at a powerful enough microscope to, see the mitochondria or anything like that. But nothing in the cell is really identifiable to you. So it's definitely exotic, to say the least.
Yeah.
Okay. That's information.
It is information.
Lick it.
Huh.
Lick it.
And you do have a second question.
Because I have a 12, I can ask you anything.
This is the AMA for...
I am goo. Ask me anything.
Cherry flavored.
Is there anything in this lab that can help us identify this?
That would require me, the GM, to know things that are in labs.
Okay. There would be a lot
shit.
of ways
There's
to
a
test
beaker.
for various diseases. There would be...
Oh, I know. You can use those little strips of paper that are like the pH test
pH.
paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's those. You could try that. You have some goo not on the petri dish, so you could.
To do what? Find out if it's acid?
Yeah. Or
Okay.
basic.
Yeah, it could be a xenomorph. It's a xenomorph.
Yeah, but then the leaf would have been melted.
Not necessarily. Not every acid just melts through everything immediately.
But it is
Okay.
more likely to melt through organic material, so...
Yeah.
Let's test it out.
But also, like, stomach acid, you know.
It's lemon juice.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah,
vomits.
lemon juice is slightly acidic, and, you know, you can rub a lemon on a leaf, and the leaf is still fine, right? Like.
Yeah, that's fair.
True.
But anyway, yes, you go find the pH strips, and you test them on it, and yeah, it is slightly acidic, probably on par with like a citric acid type range, mild, not inherently harmful. As you're doing that, however, you left the microscope light turned on, and
Did it explode?
no, but you look back at it thinking, oh, maybe let me take another look, and the goo has become very acidic all of a sudden and melted down through the microscope and made a hole in the table.
Great, now we gotta pay for that.
Vampire.
So it's not very acidic at a quick glance, but perhaps when heated or exposed to extreme direct light.
Yo, wait, did any of you watch the Mike Flanagan series Midnight Mass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when they put the blood in the window.
the weird angel vampire.
Yes.
I feel like
But-
it was just a vampire. I don't think that
It was a biblically accurate angel.
Be not afraid. Let me suck your blood.
Anyway, they put one of the people who had drank the blood of this vampire, they put the blood in the window and it like burst into flames. So that's where my mind is going.
Yeah, it's much less extreme than that. It just it sizzled and burnt down through the
it didn't
tray of the
combust.
microscope.
It just melted through several sheets of metal and wood.
Yeah, but then it doesn't get through the floor. It just leaves a small like stain on the floor. It seems to have fizzled itself out before it made it down into like the next floor of the school.
So
Holy
wait, did this
shit.
dissolve through the microscope slide?
Microsoft.
It did.
Wow, that's a vicious acid if it can melt glass.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's some off the scales acid right there.
I would like
Holy
to.
shit.
Is there a flashlight? You know what? There's a flashlight on my
You're
phone.
not here.
I didn't
It's
go.
just me and John.
You can't get here. All right, well, we're not going to expose light to that again unless we need to get through a lock on a door.
Do you think that's why they started watching the forest? Because they came back
And
and all of
something
a sudden
caught
all that
fire?
goo. Yeah, all that goo left over is just like whoosh.
I don't think acid makes fire. I don't think that's a thing.
Chemistry is a fucking nightmare. All right, don't.
Let us know in the comments. Does acid make fire if you pour it on wood? I don't know. Probably not.
Probably not.
Does acid make
Oh,
fire?
and you're on a list. Okay.
Sulfuric acid is not combustible, but a strong oxidizer that enhances the combustion of other substances does not burn itself.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
generally, nah. Not to say that it's not a hazard, but anything else you want to do in the science lab? Do you want to maybe like try to cover this up? That since you broke a microscope and a table.
Oliver, you just want to leave a couple $100 on the table and call it a
That's a
day?
$5,000 microscope.
It's like, fuck. Just throw it in the garbage and hope no one sees it.
I'll get it taken. I just take it with me. It's fine.
Wouldn't they have had to sign out or sign out the room or whatever during their lab
Shut up.
period or lab
No.
something? No? Okay.
I'm gonna say no.
Shut up!
Hush.
We skipped that shit. We didn't want them to know what we were doing.
But somebody is gonna realize that you were in here and demand that you pay for this microscope unless you do something to cover this up.
Well, I'm going to take... The table's harder to hide.
Can we blow something up and set off the fire
what
alarm?
the Why would we do that?
What?
Let's make it
There's
worse.
There's a
there to
hole
be
in the
a-
table. My solution? Grenade.
Arson.
Blow it up.
More damage.
Like, let's
So there
not...
would be a reason for it to have exploded other than acid from an unknown creature. And then if it wasn't our fault, then we don't have to pay for it.
I
All
vote
right.
no, even though I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm going to look for a utility closet, and I'm just going to take this table and go put it in a utility closet.
Why don't we say that this is an act under pressure roll, since that's sort of the, well, I don't know what else to make you roll type roll.
Well, you fucked up.
So that is a roll plus cool.
Oh, 13!
7?
Well, I didn't ask Alex to roll, so
Sorry. God damn it.
Unfortunately, that is wasted. John, 7 is a middle tier. Let's see how this is going to go, both good and bad. You realize that a closet that you're looking for is not on this floor. So you would have to take the table around the stairs, which would certainly get you noticed. But you could get the microscope in there at least.
Okay. Is this a chemistry lab or just a biology lab? Is this like a multi-use?
I mean, a little of both, you know?
I'm going to spill some sulfuric acid on the table, and I'm going to take the microscope with me. And I'll set up like a whole chemistry experiment.
Yeah.
I was doing a little chemistry,
man,
and it's like, I
spilled some acid and then panicked. Sorry. Yeah, if you get in trouble, you don't get in alien trouble.
I'll get in trouble for breaking a table. I won't get in trouble for breaking a microscope. The microscope, we're just going to...
We're more concerned about.
Alex is going to take
deep in the corner of a closet.
Alex is going to take that in a backpack out of the building, and that's not going to be a problem.
We'll play that out if and when someone comes after you for that. But all right, that's how that's resolved.
Yeah.
You hide the microscope.
I
You
cleanse the area with sulfuric acid.
cover up the damage on the table by making it seem like it was an ordinary science mistake.
I break a beaker for good measure, and then throw that in the garbage can.
So that's that scene. You learned that this mucus that this thing excretes is highly reactive to intense direct light and heat.
Did you guys pick up the mucus off the floor?
No, it stained itself.
Yeah.
No, it fizzled out.
We cleaned the area.
Cleaned.
With acid.
Do you guys tell us, or just? Do you guys
Yeah.
know?
So we'll say then later on in like the afternoon, then you guys regroup, fill each other in, and go.
You guys want to see something weird?
Always.
I unzip my backpack and pull out the microscope.
No. You don't pull it. The microscope
Yeah.
stays in the bag, but you can just show them.
Yeah.
There's probably some cameras in this fucking school.
That is true.
So,
Well, that
Cool, now we can sell it.
yeah, so,
great.
some money.
Why?
we
Do you have that?
So we went and experimented with the goo, and I kind of forgot to turn off the light on the microscope when we went to test its pH. And with the light and the heat, it turned so acidic that it did that, and also burned through the entirety of the table and stained the floor with its fizzling.
Killed the guy.
See, this is why I like art. Things don't just start melting unless you plan them to.
Yeah.
Generally, things don't start melting in medicine either.
I guess cauterizing doesn't really count, does it?
You're not really melting it.
Does skin melt?
You're cooking it.
Yeah. Still smells weird.
Yeah.
A lot of things smell
Burning
weird.
hair smells real bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we
Anyway.
talking about burning people?
That's another story. Never mind. Anyway.
Classic demon physiology, sensitivity to sunlight,
I mean,
usually top tier.
Was that something that was about the Jersey Devil? That, like, did we know
Just-
that about the Jersey
I
Devil?
don't think it's sensitive to
Acid,
sunlight.
sweat, or whatever. No,
no, we didn't learn that the Jersey Devil was
that
a
was not
xenomorph.
depicted.
Jasper, do you think the government's involved here? So now that there's a demon, maybe?
The government's always involved. Whatever your name is. What's your character's name again?
Oliver.
Government's always involved, Oliver. Just gotta look at the bigger picture, man. They send these things at night to take us while we
I mean,
sleep.
that guy in the parking lot probably wasn't
And
sleeping.
they spit acid at us.
In broad daylight.
Well, he couldn't have been attacked in broad daylight now.
They
Because of the
found the
acid.
body at 12:10 p.m. That's broad
Maybe he
daylight.
wasn't
That's
killed-
high noon.
Slightly after, but
Maybe
still.
his body was
that's
dumped
when-
there.
That's when the daylight is the daylightest.
Oh, wait. If the body was found
Yeah.
Maybe
then,
it was
but
killed later and put
Oh,
there.
so then our professor's probably fine, because it was during the day, and this thing might have burst into flames.
Yeah, how could this thing have attacked if it's sensitive to the sunlight?
Is this a
Yeah,
No,
but
then
I'm
how
just
did it was
gonna-
sensitive to
I
sunlight?
just want to
We
really
don't know if
quickly
it-
note. I really want to quickly note. The forest is very shady.
Okay, so that's how.
So that it has a very thick
You
canopy.
literally, last time you said that there was a hole from the canopy in the shape of the creature.
When you put it on the microscope, like you're putting it against a pinpoint light bulb. Like,
I feel like it's like an anthill when you do the ant
Yeah,
thing
it's
with,
like
the,
focused
with the
kinda
magnifying
thing.
glass.
Okay.
Yeah.
When's the last time you used a microscope, Alex?
I don't know, 3rd grade.
Okay.
It's
alright.
been 13 years.
Probably 20, by the sound of it, but yeah.
I forgot microscopes had lights attached to them, so.
Hey, at least I knew there is a light bulb in one.
A compound light microscope.
Hey, listen, take your disbelief and go suspend it over there, okay?
Did we ever determine that this was mucus from the mouth or blood from the body?
I mean, it was clear, right?
Because if it's...
It's probably not blood.
If it's extraterrestrial, how do we know what its blood looks like? I know what human blood looks like. Pig's blood, it's all red, but something could be white and clear.
I guess there's plenty of things on Earth that don't have red blood.
It's a robot.
Horseshoe
Plus
crabs.
it's blue, isn't it?
Horseshoe
What?
crabs.
Let
blue
me.
blood.
Can I Google something really quick, like in character on my phone?
Yes.
Creatures with other colored
No,
blood.
I was gonna
Mantis
say
shrimp.
what do blood
The fox
cells look like under a microscope?
Well, red blood cells are like little
Yeah, they're
discs.
kind of like
Yeah.
platelets.
And then white blood
Like a-
cells are like
a
little,
filled-in
they look like
donut.
amoebas. They're like little blobs.
Okay, so and you did say they were like muscle cells.
They were sort of muscle, like fibrous.
I thought I had something there.
You have nothing?
Alas.
Good day?
Although, if there's muscle cells in this mucus, that means that it might have been injured.
Like it bit the inside of its mouth.
Well, again, you don't really know what you're looking at. I just said they looked kind of like muscle cells, but
I don't know.
It could also just be secreting this thing around its entire body. It could be just a wet, damp creature.
Yeah, it could be like the alien where it's always wet.
I hate it. I hate the mental image of that, but it could
It's
be.
covered in fur. Why the fuck would it want to be wet?
How do
How
we
do
know
we know
it's covered in
fur?
It's
fur?
half coat.
It might not be the
But we don't
dirty
Listen,
know
dino.
it's
if
half
it's-
covered in fur.
We don't know this for a fact yet. It could be any number of other cryptids.
Maybe
What are
it
the wet
shaves.
cryptids?
I don't know.
Besides Mothman.
What are the
The
wet
frog.
cryptids?
The
Nessie.
Loch Ness Monster,
Wait, what is the wettest cryptid? The Loch Ness Monster.
Besides.
the one from the
I'm
I'm
lake.
sorry.
Mothman.
What is cryptid? Jasper's girlfriend.
Ew.
We're not sure it exists.
You think Jasper? You think Jasper? has a
No, that's why it's a
girlfriend?
cryptid, because we don't know if it's real or not.
You just hear some typing, is Mothman
Wet.
wet?
All the time.
Ugh.
That's just
Oh
Mothman.
no!
Mothman is covered in hair, though. That's like, ugh.
Yes, speaking of the ability to Google things, I just want to also note that you can Google fake things and I will give you fake answers, like, things about the town and its history and the school and its history and that sort of thing. Because you guys are in a fake place, so.
I would like to use my oops on Google. Oops, if they want to stumble across something important, tell the keeper. I would like to stumble across something important. And I'm
Okay,
telling the
important but not relevant. I can do that, actually. So, while all this talk of monsters and being gooey and alien, and doing some Googling, reminds you of the fact that the town and the school are powered by what is, on this timeline, the second oldest nuclear power plant in the United States,
Oh,
which is
shit.
very controversial at the time of its founding. And just like, oh hey, Godzilla, that's funny, but that's just a fun fact that you have now.
There goes Tokyo. Oh no, Godzilla.
Okay, so whatever this is, it probably
Lives in the
was
nuclear
created-
reactor.
Well, it was probably at least created by that.
I and anyone who wants to join me go to the library.
I'll go with you, Tara.
The library is also
Ooh.
an option if you just want.
Beautiful.
Do you
I
want
wanna
to just
look up
do like a
specifically-
lore dump of Carranza, New Jersey?
Yes,
the fake
please.
place that I made.
Great.
Yes, we're gonna all spend our time
We
researching
could just
the
do
ever-living
that. We could
shit
just
out of
do
this.
that for basically the rest of the session, and therefore.
It's the lore episode.
It's the-
Are you ready for
lore.
lore?
I would like to use my oops at the library.
Yeah, well, we're gonna all collectively
keep doing
oops
that?
into a bunch of things here.
Can Brian just keep doing that?
I'm gonna put a sort of
I'm
pseudo
gonna try not
timer on
to
that.
abuse it, but yeah.
Yeah. I also sometimes I might just be like, yeah, I don't have any ideas, so shut up.
Oops, you fall down on your face and you remember
It wasn't useful, but we laughed, so
something
thanks.
stupid.
Okay, so mixture of real stuff and fake stuff approaching, but this town, Carranza, was incorporated in 1931, and it is named after a real guy. His name was Emilio Carranza. He was a Mexican aviator kind of like Charles Lindbergh or one of those. He was known at the time, here in the States at least, as the Lindbergh of Mexico. He was pretty famous. Oddly enough, in 1928, he crashed his plane on the way back from New York City and visiting Charles Lindbergh, funnily enough, and died a couple miles from here. And there's actually a memorial. Real fact, there's actually a memorial to him in the forest.
Cool.
Huh.
So that's why the town is named this.
Was his body ever found?
In the plane.
Yeah, the crash site was recovered and so on and so forth.
Okay.
There was some sort of problem with the engine, I forget offhand, but wasn't anything suspicious. Officially.
Lindbergh fucked his plane.
Yeah, he fucked it.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I'm just saying
Anyway.
weird shit, man.
The town of Carranza, not the man, has a rather small population of only about 12,000 people, but its businesses thrive off the university, pulling people in from all over. Has 2 elementary schools and a combined middle high school. A lot of the town's residents work for the state park system, naturally, doing the campsites and the hiking trails, maintaining the memorial, and a lot of others work for the university in some way or another, otherwise for local businesses. And it does have a hospital, fun fact, if you ever get hurt and you want to go to the hospital.
Neat.
Wharton State Park, real park, represents a big chunk of the New Jersey Pine Barrens. It's all pine trees. The soil is not very suitable for farming, so it has gone pretty much untouched for all of history. Not a lot of people live there because you can't farm food. It's not great. The school, Wharton State University, was founded in 1955, just 1 year after the state formally created the state park. The school is celebrating its 60th year in 2015.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
Typical sort of general state college, a little bit of everything in major. The school's mascot/sport team is the Wharton Aviators, after Emilio Carranza. While somewhat controversial at the time of its founding, the town and the university are powered by the second oldest nuclear power plant in the United States, which was opened alongside the university. There you go. That's the local history lore dump. Congratulations.
Yay!
Alex, may I Google something?
Okay.
Strange creature sightings, Carranza, New Jersey.
You get some headlines about the Jersey Devil,
Okay.
given it's the edge of the forest. The vast majority of them are written off as like just drunk college students or college pranks, hoaxes.
Mm-hmm.
But this whole thing with this dead body is not the first time that people have brought up the idea of the Jersey Devil being in and around the town. I'm gonna say that that you wouldn't find this, but actually, hang on, Gerard, what abilities do you have? I feel like this is like a.
So I have the ability Net Friends. You know, a lot of people on the internet. When you contact a net friend to help you with a mystery, roll plus charm. On a 10+, they're available and helpful. They can fix something, break a code, hack a computer, blah, blah, blah. On a 7 and 9, they're prepared to help, but there's either going to take some time or do something on your part. On a miss, you burn some bridges.
So yeah, you can roll plus charm to sort of talk to your fellow online conspiracy theorists about and to see if there's anything that people know about Carranza broadly.
Plus charm, you say? My worst stat.
Well, I can help you with that. I can...
Yeah, Brian, do you want to roll help?
Boy, I'm a little help. 5.
Okay. Yep, you just don't help. So Gerard, roll your charm.
That is an 8.
Okay.
So they're prepared to help, but it's either going to take some time or you're going to have to do part of it yourself.
Okay, so...
I have contacted my friend Demon Killa with an A 96824 off of 7chan.
7chan. That's probably real.
It probably
I hope
is.
that's not real. Yeah, you dig around the deep dark corners of the internet and find that there is a community that believes that Emilio Carranza's death was some sort of foul play.
A conspiracy? Cracks Knuckles.
What did that poor echidna do to you?
God damn it, John.
Did you say Nicole Kidman? I heard, what did Nicole Kidman do
No, what
to
did
you?
that poor echidna?
Come to
Oh, Knuckles. Gotcha.
Okay.
I also heard Nicole
Okay.
Kidman, and I'm like,
all right. Well, the person
Just
is
thinking, what does AMC Theater do to you?
does heartbreak feel
Come
good
to
in a
this
place like
place.
this?
Yes.
So yes, there's a community that believes that Emilio Carenza's death was had some sort of foul play. The basic story, the sort of crux of the theory, goes that after he crashed, there was a sort of convoy, if you will, of military vehicles that was spotted leaving the area. It's not really sure where they went. It went through the streets and sort of those highways that used to be here before it was a town. You know, the idea is that they took the real wreckage, and the one that's in a museum is the fake wreckage. And people say, oh, maybe there's something hidden at the memorial, but none of the people on this board are from New Jersey, so no one has ever gone to check. So the thing that you have to do yourself, Gerard, satisfy the conditions of the role, where you have to maybe do something yourself.
We're gonna start doing national treasure shit.
Would be go to the memorial to see if maybe there is some truth to these mad ramblings, that there is something hidden there, some message or something.
There's always truth to the bad ramblings!
Okay.
Sorry. So,
Road trip?
where is it?
Well, if you look at the screenshots for the maps,
It's deep in the heart of the forest.
it's a few miles out. I can get you an exact measurement perhaps next time when we go there.
Did you really name one of the towns Voorhees?
Yeah.
No. The only thing,
Is that a
the only
real
thing
town
that I
name?
photoshopped, yeah, that's a real town.
Yeah, Voorhees is real.
Voorhees is a real
I
town.
didn't know that.
But
That's a very ominous town. I would
it's
never
a
want
very
to live
ominous
there.
town name. So yeah, the memorial is located a few miles into the forest. There are hiking trails that you could take to get up there. You might be able to drive there. I will double check that and find out for you before the next one. But I suppose that'll be your main to-do list item. Then for the next session is maybe go check out that memorial, because Jasper is like, I have a conspiracy, and you're like, okay.
I
do you
have a theory, a game theory. This is this new YouTube channel that I found.
Pat,
Don't
Matt?
sue us, Matt Pat.
I wonder, would that be new?
It's 2015.
It wouldn't be
and
new.
would
It
that
would be
new?
like
No.
6 years old in 2015. He's been doing this for a long time.
He joined YouTube on August 22nd, 2009.
Yeah, I told you, 6 years. I fucking nailed it.
You actually completely nailed that. So anyway, other potential to-do list items, anybody, if you want to add them to the list, other than going to check out the memorial, in case that doesn't kill the whole session. Well, anybody have any suggestions?
What's the time frame of the entire campaign? Is it going to be like over a week, over a month, the rest of the year?
I don't really have an answer. If we skip a day or two here and there for one reason or another, we might skip a day or two here and there, and cover a couple months. But I expect weeks at most.
There is Carranza Road running to the Carranza Memorial with a parking lot at the memorial, so I believe it's accessible. by
Great,
car.
so you guys could drive there. Do we want to say maybe that you do that on the weekend or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Advance time a little bit.
Yeah, I got work. I got to get to the pool lifeguarding.
Okay.
Okay, then you go to lifeguard. The rest of us will go.
No, I mean to do it over the weekend so that I can work during the week.
That's what we just said, to do it over the weekend.
That's what we.
I know. I'm agreeing with you.
You sounded so
Great.
okay.
Saturday at 1 p.m. We're going to the memorial.
Good. Somebody's capable of making a plan.
1 p.m. We're meeting up at the school. We'll all take 2 cars, 1 car. No, we can fit 1 car.
Yeah.
There's 5 of
1
you.
car. All right.
Yeah.
Meet up at the school. We'll take 1 car. 1 p.m. Everyone have lunch first. Don't come hungry. I'm not feeding you.
Very good. The session is over.
Session's over. Goodbye.
Now's the part where we
End credits.
read the things that happen at the end of the session. Did you conclude the current mystery? No.
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 Did you
We're
save someone
failures.
from certain death or worse?
No.
Oh, actually,
Did you learn something? No.
that acid was pretty dangerous.
But we didn't stop it.
If anything, you created
It
the
stopped
danger.
by itself.
Did you learn
Yes,
something new and important about the
did.
world?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's acidic.
Acid. And a bunch of lore.
All right. You learned
Is that
anything new
2
and important
boxes?
about one of the hunters? No, but that doesn't matter because that's 1 or 2. So the answer is yes. So everybody gets 1 experience.
Yeah. So what happens when our experience box is full?
I'll tell you when you get there.
Nice.
you get like an incremental level up thing.
Nice.
It's on your character sheet.
The experience thing. Whenever you roll and get a total of 6 or less, when
Yes. Did you fail something today?
He failed the help
I
roll.
did.
You did
I
fail
got
the
a
help roll,
5.
so you can have an experience.
Oh, yay!
Look at you go.
Look at me go.
Yeah, Brian.
Look at me reading.
You suck.
Wait, you get experience for shitting the bed on rolls?
Apparently.
Yes, it's to encourage you to roll. So you're like, well, worst case scenario, I get experience points, you know? Anyway, as I was saying, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. We'll be back in
Go out and explore
2
the
weeks,
woods.
as
Carefully.
always. Enjoy the holidays. Our next episode comes out next year.
Oh my god.
And if you're
Christ.
listening to this in
Time-
June of 2027, this came out 2.5 years ago?
No, that would be 4 years ago. 4
What?
years ago.
minute.
2027.
What?
4.5 years ago. If it's
Oh my
June
God, wait a minute.
2027. When do you think it is?
I
What
don't
year do
know.
you think are we
Time
in
is-
right now?
He thinks
Time
it's
is an
November
illusion,
2025.
man.
Me.
You okay?
I don't know what.
All right, well, Mac's not a math major.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.
Going
Happy
on.
holidays.
Bye.
I gotta go to bed.
Go bye. Go bye. Go bye.